It's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Glad to be back with you as always. And we're going to continue reading in our book, By the Shores of Silver Lake by Laura Ingles Wilder. So, last person went out yesterday, and now they're out there all by themselves. And today's chapter is titled Winter Days. So I'll show you what this looks like. Winter days. The weather grew colder. Silver Lake was frozen. Snow fell, but always the wind blew the ice clean, drifting the snow into the tall grass of the sloughs and driving it in waves on the low shores. On the whole white prairie, nothing moved but blowing snow, and the only sound in the vast silence was the sound of the wind. In the snug house, Laura and Carrie helped Ma with the housework, and Grace played, running about the big room with toddling short steps. Whenever she was tired of play, she climbed into Mary's lap, for that was the warmest place, and Mary would always tell her a story. Listening to stories, Grace would fall asleep. Then Ma laid her in her trundle bed by the stove, and they all settled down for a cozy afternoon of knitting and sewing and crocheting. Pa did the chores and walked the trap line he had set along the edge of the big slough. In the lean-to, he skinned foxes and coyotes and muskrats and stretched the furs on boards to dry. The prairie was so desolate and the wind so cold that Mary did not go out at all. She loved to sit sewing in the pleasant warm house, taking tiny even stitches with the needle that Laura threaded for her. At twilight, Mary did not put away her sewing. She told Laura, "I can sew when you can't see to, because I see with my fingers." "You sew more beautifully than I can any time," Laura told her. "You always could." Even Laura liked the cozy afternoons of rocking and stitching and talking a little, though she never truly enjoyed sewing as Mary did. Often she was restless in the house. Then she would walk from window to window, looking into a whirl of snowflakes and listening to the wind, till Ma said gently, "I declare I don't know what gets into you, Laura." When the sun shone, no matter how cold it was, Laura must go out. When Ma would let her go, she and Carrie, well wrapped up in their coats and hoods with shoes and mittens and mufflers on, went sliding on Silver Lake. Holding hands, they ran a little way and then slid on the dark, smooth ice. First on one foot and then on the other, with little runs between the slides. They went back and forth, breathless and warm and laughing. Those were gorgeous days when they were out in the glitter of the sharp cold. Then it was good to come into the warm, close house, and good to eat supper, and through the evening of music and singing and dancing, Laura was the merriest of all. One stormy day, Pa brought a wide square board by the stove, and with his pencil he marked it off in small squares inside a plain border. "What are you making, Pa?" Laura asked, and he answered, "Wait and see." He heated the tip of the poker red hot in the stove, and carefully he burned black every alternate little square, so every other one. "Curiosity killed the cat, Pa," Laura said. "You look pretty healthy," said Pa. Tantalizingly, he sat there whittling until he made 24 small squares of wood. Half of them he laid on the hot stove, turning them until they were burnt black all over. Then he arranged all those pieces in the squares on the board and he sat the board on his knees. "Now, Laura," he said. "Now what?" said Laura. "These are checkers, and this is a checkerboard. Pull up your chair, and I'll show you how to play checkers." She learned so well that before the storm ended, she had beaten Pa in one game. But after that, they did not play so immoderately. Ma did not care to play, nor Carrie, so after one game, Pa put away the board. "Checkers are a selfish game," he said. Only two can play it. Bring me the fiddle, Flutterbudget." And that's what a day was like for them in the winter. What a short chapter that was. Well, we'll have another one for tomorrow. It's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessings on you and on yours, in your house, out of your house, the day and the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming. Good night and God bless you.